Howdy, guys. I'm King, and today I'm going to talk about the Smash Bros. Roster, how I normally play them, the reasons why that I don't play some and play others, and all that, and just honestly, just talk about just like Smash Bros. In general. Now, right here, okay, so I have like a few mains. A few of my mains is Mario, Link, Lil Mac here. I want to count Incineroar, but here's the thing: I suck with him. I'm not great, but it's fun to play as him, so I kind of count him a bit. And then I played as Simon during the story mode, and like I have a few old mains that I will like to go back to. Example would be like Luigi here and Sonic here. I played Sonic a lot in Brawl. He was by far my favorite character in that game because at the time, and I still am, but not as much. I was a huge Sonic fan. I was honestly mostly into the comics at the time. I read a lot of like the comics and all of that. Uh, and at the time I had no idea who the hell like Snake was. Man, I'm just like Snake. I'm like, okay, he looks cool. He throws stuff like he sort of like throws like grenades. I thought that was pretty cool. But there are like, as you know, people have always had problems with like echoes. Nowadays, to me, that's not much of a problem because at least they kind of like acknowledge it. And nowadays, they kind of change like just like a bit up, like some of the best echoes in the game is now Crom, because he's kind of a mixture of Ike and Roy, which is good. Which is good. He takes like aspects like from both. Personally, the worst Echo is probably Daisy because I actually have a friend who's actually sort of like a Peach main, and he tried out Daisy, and I asked him, "Hey, so what's like the difference between the two?" And he said, "Honestly, I couldn't really tell." I'm like, "Okay." So maybe there's like a few things that are just like that I just don't notice, but yeah. Uh, Link is now a lot more different from Young Link and Toon Link, which is good and bad. I mean, just like that, he lost his grab, he lost like his hook grab, which was honestly pretty good. You know, now it's like a short grab, like I'm like okay, but all like the bomb's not really that bad to me because at least like you can like set it up and be like okay fine like throw it there. It can be used for sort of like the more zoning because at least then like it's there and the person knows and the person sort of like knows it's there, and he's just stronger of he and out of the three links he's the strongest, so which is the reason why that I use him more. Plus I just really like the Legend of Zelda series, so yeah. um Limac, one of my friends used to main Lil Mac in Smash Four until like Ryu came out. Then after that, he just switched over. And Lil Mac is fun, but his air game isn't great. He has like this much air game, just like this much. It's there, but it's like not noticeable. For Mario, now I got into Mario because actually a Smash Ultimate because the story mode happened, and for me at least, the first fighter that I got was Kirby. Obviously, everyone started out with Kirby, but the first one that I actually unlocked was actually Mario, and I wasn't great with Kirby, so I just tried out Mario and just like stuck with him because I was better with Mario out of the two, and after that I got pretty decent with him. I think I'm the well, believe me, I'm not like an Alpha Rad Pro. I'm not on his level, but I'm okay. I would say I'm not too terrible. And because Mario and Dr. Mario were so similar, I would also switch out with sort of like Dr. Mario if I needed more power. Although his recovery isn't as good, but sometimes I just needed that power to get through. Similar battles were a big one. I used to actually main Pit back like in Brawl. Actually, I actually used a lot of Pit. That recovery was good. And then they nerfed it, which I don't really mind honestly. It was kind of nerfed. I'm like okay, because even then it's like that recovery. Funny enough, like it was only good if you started on the ground and then you went up. If you were in the air and then you used it, there was so much lag, or not lag, but there was so much like momentum of you go down. You had to gain it back up by going up, and that took forever to do. And you just did not get as much recovery time as you would have, at least to me, in a way. So I didn't really mind like the slash nerf, the slash like nerf or buff to like his recovery. Uh, let's see. I tried to play choke for like a day or two for like just like in Smash Four because I found like the Monado thing kind of interesting, so I actually tried it out for a bit. And in Smash Ultimate, it's a lot better now because just like the just sort of like the selected them for one thing, it's just way better. But I noticed like this one big thing that I got really annoyed with. If you died and then you would like spawn back, if you were on the platform, you couldn't like re-equip like you actually could not equip in Monado, which I guess is fair, but also it's like it's really annoying because just like that I would want to immediately get back into the game and I would want to immediately use like a Monado again, but I wasn't able to. So that was annoying. But I play in melee. I don't think I actually had a main in melee because I was like I was like what like five when I played it. So I was just like I just like played like I just played whatever really I wanted I wanted at the time. I think I played a bit of Link back then because I thought he was cool because he had a sword and a shield and I thought that was cool. Same thing with like Marth and Roy. Uh, man, dude, man. I kind of wish I got more into melee, but man, you know, the past is in the past now. Now we have Ultimate. This game. Um, let's see here. I'm just gonna go through each of like the characters, and this is going to take a while. Now, and just sort of my thoughts on them. Now, Mario was good. He's basic, you know. Like a good basic character. He has a good recovery, has sort of like decent attacks, has like a reversal, which is good. He has like some zoning options, which I don't really use, but honestly, I probably should use them more because like that it's pretty useful. Donkey Kong is a good grappler. One of my friends plays him a lot, and he's pretty decent with him. And it's annoying. I want to just like grab it, and I'm just like he's one of the. I think he's the only one in the game that can actually grab and then pick you up, and then just sort of like walk around with you on him. Uh, then there's Link, you know, good old Link boy. Zelda, as some like not culture people would call him. Then there's Samus. So I know that this is a thing, but I remember back on when like I played melee and I thought like, oh, well, you know, like Samus is a guy. I thought like, okay, well, Samus is a guy. Da 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 da. My brother said no. Actually, Samus is actually a girl, and I didn't believe him until like I saw him play Metroid Prime, the first one, and luckily he had it. And he said like, hey, look, see, sort of like the reflection in the glasses. Those are girl eyes, and I'm like, oh, and I still was like, no. But I eventually like, okay, it's a girl. I think Brawl was the first one that was like, bam, bam, Samus is a girl. I'm like, okay. Dark Samus. I played a lot of Metroid Prime 3. I played a lot of 3 out of the other two, to be honest. And no, she was annoying. She was annoying, especially in like the final fight. Although I might be better now, but at the game. But you never know. But bother, Metroid Prime 3 though, fun game for the Wii. Yoshi, good old Yoshi, the sacrifice that everyone uses for that one extra jump. Now, it's funny. Like the only like really good Yoshi players that I know are the ones in Melee, and even then, there's like one or two. I think one switched over to different character. I think, but I think like there's still one like still like holding on to that Yoshi, which I think is kind of cool. But just like the way that I've seen pros use Yoshi, it seems like a high tier, but he's not high tier, which is weird to me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you would think that he would be like high tier doing all like these combos and all that and jugglers. I'm like, okay, no, that's just the player. But, oh, okay, impressive. And Kirby. Now Kirby, my brother, he made a Kirby. Like in every game that we had for Smash, he always made a Kirby, and he always chose the red Kirby specifically. Always the red one. And Kirby has a spammable down B in the air, just like turn into like a brick or something, just fall like that old strategy. And he's a goodie. He's the one that saved the world. Thank you, Kirby, for saving all of these characters. Thank you. Then there's Fox, Fox McCloud, the ruler of Melee, the one that just took most down. There were a few. There are a few. Although Fox is no longer. Oh, well, actually no. Fox is still like the best character in Melee. I don't know about Brawl, to be honest. I wasn't really into Brawl's competitive scene when I was young. Go figure. So I don't know if he was like that good or not. Maybe. I know that Brawl's competitive scene was very slow compared to like to Melee and the other ones. It was very slow. It was a lot slower paced. Pikachu, the boy, basically the secondary mascot of Nintendo and the mascot for the Pokemon series. This boy right here. Except for when he turns into a girl for sort of like Pikachu Libre. Yeah. Pikachu, good, classic. eSIM's really good with Pikachu. I never really wanted to get into him. I never really wanted to get into him because he seemed like a bit too hard to like control to me. I don't know, that's just me. Now think about it. My brother also made Pikachu as well. He was one of like his. He only used like two characters, sadly, out of the whole roster. He only used two, and that was Kirby and Pikachu. I'm like, okay. I'm like, like there's like Wolf or Toon Link and Rob, and he said no. I'm like, oh, okay. There's Luigi. Now I personally prefer Luigi over Mario personally, and I played him a lot in Smash 4. I've not played him much in Ultimate. I should though. I should learn like strategies and all that. But yeah, no, like it's funny. Ever since like there's this death battle between Tails, Mouse Prower from Sonic, and then sort of like Luigi, and that death battle made me think Luigi's pretty cool. I'm gonna play more in Smash. And then there was also like that Smash video that started to like the ego rapper use, and he made Luigi look like a badass. So I thought like I'm gonna play Luigi more. So after that, I started to play Luigi more. Ness, the one from Mother 2, or as we call it in the U.S., Earthbound. I never played Earthbound. I really want to play it actually. I have a ROM to play it, so I should. There's no excuse. But yeah, no. Personally, out of Ness and Lucas, I always kind of like Lucas a bit more. I just liked a bit of like his specials more personally. That's just me. But Ness, no, he's been here since the beginning. Good classic Ness, and he came from a very good game. Captain Falcon, this man right here, the one who is only known for Smash Bros. Now instead of his own game, F-Zero, which is a racing game. Yeah, he never does a Falcon punch in the games. He only like races. Funny enough. And I played F-Zero. It was really fun. Good soundtrack, man. Good soundtrack. Captain Falcon, the classic, excuse me. The classic, like Falcon Punch, is so cool. Whenever you got it to hit, it's so hard to get it. It's so hard to get it off. But man, dude, when you get it off, it's so cool. Now Jigglypuff, the one everyone hates now in Melee, the Hungry Box character that people say this character sucks because this character's gameplay is not fun to watch. Well, guess what? This is not the same Jigglypuff. It's not. That Jigglypuff is in Melee. This is in Ultimate. And it's very, very different. I actually played Jigglypuff like a few times in sort of like the story mode. And there was this one spirit in particular that was freaking annoying to fight, and it was called the Boss, and she was a character from the Metal Gear series. And she had a thing where sort of like that, like, and it was just like one platform, and if you, and it was just covered in poison. My God, she was annoying to fight, and I remember me, and I used rollout by the way a lot, and I was like, I remember it was like 5, 4, and she and Boss had like 2 HP left, and I was like, come on, come on, come on, and she was like, and she fell, and she was trying to get back up, and I was like, okay, come on, come on, come on, roll out, come on, come on, 5, 4, 3, go, 2, boom, hits her, takes out her HP, and wins the match. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was a hard, that was a hard battle, but because of that, I have a bit of a soft spot for Jigglypuff just because like she sort of like came in clutch for me. And I also just don't find the game. I also just don't find like Jigglypuff players in Melee boring. I find it. I still find it entertaining. To be honest. Um, there's Peach and Daisy. I'm just gonna do them together because they're just like so similar to me. Now there's Peach, the one that was in Melee, the one that was not in the first one actually. But man, she was a welcome addition. There, I almost said like condition. I'm like, no, it's not condition. It's addition. Anyway, she was a welcome addition in Melee, and she is. I like to call her like the air queen of this game because she has like she has good air game and she can stay up there forever with like that parasol. And then she has like her ass move that can just hit you with her ass and then just like send you flying. Then there's Daisy. Basically the same thing. I really don't know any differences between the two. I really don't. There might be like maybe she hits harder, or maybe it's just like her recovery isn't as good, but I don't notice it. I don't notice it. Uh, she's she's finally a hero though, so I don't really think she's a wasted spot. It's just like okay, it's kind of cool. I just wish I just if there's one thing that I wish that they gave Daisy like maybe like one or just maybe like 1 or 2 moves different from Peach. Maybe like just like 1 or 2. Bowser, the big bad, the one that was the enemy to Mario for years, and it still is an enemy to him for years. The one that was crap in Melee, the one that was I don't know in Brawl, and the one that was pretty decent, at least out of my friends, he was pretty decent in Smash 4. And he's good in this game. He has some good grabs, Has like you don't want to get hit by the dropkick, man. That would just send you flying. It would send you flying. Anyway, yeah, I like Bowser. Ice Climbers. Now, funny enough, I've actually played the Ice Climber game because it's like it's really more like an arcade game in like an NES cartridge. That's what it basically is to me. And their game was pretty fun. It's very simple, but yeah, no, I can see that. Okay, this is where they came from. And Ice Climbers. I actually mostly played them back in Brawl. Actually, funny enough, I didn't really play them much in. Well, actually, no, I couldn't play them much in 4 because like they weren't in 4. But yeah, I didn't play them much in Melee, and I mostly played them in Brawl, and I don't really play them now. Don't really play them now. Uh, Sheik. The one that people argued, Sheik is a boy, Sheik is a girl, because like Sheik looks like a guy, and Sheik is even called like a boy, like in sort of like the Ocarina of Time series. But then Sheik is also Zelda, so like, what is he? I don't know. I don't really. I think Sheik's probably a boy. I don't know. Maybe she just like grows a dick when she uses like her magic. I don't know. But yeah, Sheik, top tier, good recovery, has that damn chain, basically. Anyway, yeah, good character. I like Sheik. I actually mostly played Sheik back in Brawl, actually, I think. I didn't Brawl. I mean, like in Melee. I actually mostly played Sheik in Melee. Now there's Zelda. Zelda was basically the reason why I played Sheik in Melee, was so that I could turn back into Sheik. I'm so glad that Sheik and Zelda are different characters now because they have such different movesets. Um, Instead of just turning into there and there. But yeah, I am glad that they're different characters now, or they've been for like a while. But yeah, Zelda. Honestly, to me at least, like and I'm going to go back to sort of just with sort of Link here for a second. I wish that like the colors would turn into skins of their previous, of sort of like their previous versions. Example would be like this Zelda had a one, or she actually turned into sort of like the Twilight Princess version, and not just like a color swap, but I mean like an actual like visually like change. That to me would be cool. Same thing with Link. Link honestly would probably be easier because he already kind of has that thing going on with sort of just like the Tunic of the Wild, and then he also has like the Twilight Princess version, which is only like a bit darker. But he's still though he's got like that going. So I don't know. That's just me. Uh, Doctor Mario. I will not go to him if I'm sick. Gotta be honest. He's just gonna throw pills on me. I'm like, no, dude, I'm good. Thank you. But no, he's a good. He's honestly one of the better echoes because here's the thing: you can really tell on a different names because like he has so much more power and his recovery just isn't that good. Like his recovery is not as good. But if you want to trade in that power for like me, I mean, if you want to trade in the recovery for some power, Doctor Mario is for you, man. And if you're pretty good with Mario, then yeah, Pichu, the laughing stock of Melee, the one that everybody laughed at. Ha! That's funny. You play Pichu. Well, guess what? Now that Pikachu is actually gaining some attention, Pichu is the one that's not going to get nerfed now. Pikachu is. So, and I'm taking. By the way, I'm taking a page for sort of like the Mighty Keiths. From sort of like the Mighty Keith. Well, if you don't know, he's a great YouTuber. So subscribe to him. If you like Smash at all, you will like his stuff. Um, Pichu actually viable in this game because of the rage mechanic. Because like if you don't know, like if like the higher percentage you are, the more knockback you do. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, no, he's surprisingly viable now, and he used to be the laughing stock, but no longer, no longer. And there's Falco, who in Melee was basically a echo or clone of Flux, and that was the reason why he was really good. And Brawl Man, he went up, dude, because of like that double laser in the air combo. I'm not sure if I got that right. And in Smash 4, he was dumbed down. Or not dumbed down, but he was actually kind of nerfed. He didn't have that combo anymore. And in this game, he actually got like some of his combos back from Brawl. Not all of them. But Falco, good character. I enjoyed playing Falco, like in Subspace Emissary. Marth. Funny enough, I have actually played Marth's game, Fire Emblem. I have played the first Fire Emblem actually. Did not beat it because it's actually a long game, and I refuse to lose to anybody. In case you don't know, Fire Emblem is like it's kind of like a Advance Wars kind of game, where sort of like that if you go up to an opponent and you fight them. But here's the thing though, if you lose that fighter, they're dead forever, and you can no longer like get them back. But if Marth dies, like you would just restart the level. But if you like beat the level and one person dies, they're dead for good. And I refuse that, so I just say no. If one person dies, I just restart the level, and I say okay, fine, let's just do it again. And yeah, no, that's what I do. Because of that, I end up being in the game. But still, though, very very fun game though. I will say, Lucina, the better Marth because she doesn't have like sort of like the length thing or whatever. In case you don't know, if Marth hits you with the tip of the sword, it causes like the most damage. If they're any closer to you, then it'll actually cause like less damage as it gets closer to the hilt. Lucina, however, doesn't care. She doesn't have that. So here's the thing: whenever she hits you good. She hits you good. So she's basically a better Marth with like a. I think she's also like slightly faster too. Actually, I think I'm not too sure. Do not hold me accountable for that. Yeah, I know. Good character. I played Marth a bit. He was pretty fun. Young Link, the one that I did not play as much now. To be honest, because Actually, oh, I played him for a bit, but he doesn't have the power that I want. He doesn't have that good side, like that good like side smash. Doesn't have that. He does, however, have the bombs, and he has the bombs and the grab. So there's that. But I don't know. Like I never I tried young Link out for a bit, and I got pretty decent with them. I would say I got decent with them. I wasn't bad, but I also wasn't really good with them. Anyway, fun character. If you want to if you play Link and you want to like mix it up a bit, play. You should play Young Link. He's similar, but he was also like really different enough. Ganondorf. Now I have a friend who actually played Ganondorf, and he played Ganondorf back in Smash Four. I have no idea if he played Ganondorf in Brawl. I don't. He probably didn't because I don't think he actually had Brawl. But he played Ganondorf back in Smash Four, and he was good with him, and that was annoying. Thankfully, like, actually no, they didn't. They actually made him better actually, which is kind of sucks for me. Kind of sucks for me. But you know what? Ganondorf, he's funner to play. He's not a complete Falcon clone anymore, which he used to be back in Melee, so that's good. He finally has that damn sword that he just like never used. I like the most we ever saw that sword was in his taunt. That's the most we ever saw of that sword, and even then, that was a different sword. Anyway, Ganondorf, not a fun, not a fun character to fight against, but not too bad. Mewtwo, this guy, the one that everybody wanted to catch back in the red and blue days. Now I wasn't part of those days because I was not born yet. I played Generation 3 Pokemon. That was my first introduction to it, and I love that generation. But Mewtwo here, he's the legendary man. He's the one that everybody wanted to get. He's also the first DLC character actually in out of all Smash, I think. Yeah, it was. It was so weird that you had to buy if you wanted to get him, you had to buy the 3DS and the Wii U version. But then eventually they just made him pay DLC, which I don't know why. I'm like, okay, why'd you have to people? You're basically paying like $120 just like for one character if you buy him like if you bought the gameplay like brand new. And sadly, they kind of nerfed him a bit with sort of like making his tail the hitbox. But I think that's fair. I'm just like, come on, just like it's part of you, like it's like, So I don't mind him much. Roy, Roy's fun. I actually in this game I actually played Roy more than Marth because I don't know. I kind of like on how that he has a bit more power to him. I actually really like his all golden costume. I actually really like that color. That's pretty cool to me. And yeah, I want to try out his game soon. I really do want to try out like Fire Emblem Fire something. No, it's Fire Gaiden Sword. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, no, I do want to try out the game. Fun character to play against. Crom. Basically the better Roy because guess what? You know how Marth had that thing where sort of just like if he hit you with a tip and it would hurt the most? Well, for Roy, if you hit him with the hilt, the opposite part, that will actually hurt the most. So you have to be damn close for you to cause the most damage. Crom, he doesn't have that. If he's gonna hit you like a truck, he's gonna hit you like a truck, man. He doesn't need no distance. He just hits you. Not only that, he also has some of Ike's moves as well. So that just automatically makes him better than Roy. But you know what? He's finally here. He was kind of in Smash 4 with that Mii skin, but he's finally here as like an actual character. Mr. Game and Watch. One of my friends mains him actually. And yeah, no, he's annoying to fight against. But although you don't see him much online, I would say, which is it's kind of eh. But Game and Watch, not a bad character, not a great he's not like he's just not like my playstyle. I just want to be good with him and I tried him out. He's just not great for me. Um, let's see. I lost my spot. Yeah, Meta Knight. the one who ruled Brawl, the one who just wanted everything to be his. And guess what? It was his back in Brawl. It was his, and he ruled it. And now in four, he didn't. Now in four, he didn't rule shit. He didn't own shit back in Brawl. And hold on a second. Sorry, I'm sorry. My bad. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, yeah. But in four, he did not rule shit. He wasn't really like, at least like from my knowledge, he wasn't really top tier. But like Ultimate, he's good again. Thankfully though, he's not as good as he was back in Brawl, but he is good again. And I actually did use him a lot, mostly in like the story mode, just because I thought that he looked cool. I always thought that Ben Light looked cool, so I used him. I also had Kirby Superstar Ultra. That was a fun game, and you also got to play as Mennonite in that mode. And Pit. I actually played like the Kid Icarus game, like just like the old one, and it's fun. But it's like, I just like the other one. I just like Mario more, like like The Legend of Zelda. Not a bad game. Honestly, I'm like, now I think about it, what was this? Now that I think about it, what was this side to beat back in Brawl? I don't even remember. What was it? It was. I don't remember actually. What was the side to be back in Brawl? I know nowadays it's sort of like this big gauntlet thing that he just charges you and goes, yeah. And I think he goes up with it. I think he actually goes at like an angle. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up later. And there's Dark Pit, basically the edgy, emo, cool version of Link, who's actually a bit better because just like his side B doesn't go up, it just goes sideways. So there's that, and that's one other reason why that I use Dark Pit a bit over Pit, just because of that one side B. To be honest, good character, I would say. They're both good characters, but at least with these two, there's honestly there are differences that you can notice with Daisy and Peach. You just can't notice them, man. I can't really notice them. Also, can I just point out on how Pit is not a great name? Pit, the hero, Pit, save the day. And Dark Pit just sounds like a sweaty ass like armpit to me. Anyway. Zero Two Samus, the one that was introduced in Brawl, and now that I think about it, if you wanted to play as her in Brawl, you had to get the Smash Ball, huh? That's so weird. Oh, just the fact is Zero Two Samus, and Samus actually took over Samus in sort of the character selection, and they were so different too that I don't really know why that they said. That they're the same characters. So if you wanted to play as Zero Suit Samus, you had to go through this convoluted way to play as her, and that was just kind of annoying. Although very fun though, her level in Brawl was pretty fun. Don't really play her much now. Although no, wait, no, I did. I played. No, wait, no, I didn't. know. I played against her with the boss. Never mind. And yeah, Metroid, fun series. Anyway, let's move on. Wario. Now, I've never played the WarioWare games. I have them, but I've just never played them. I'm going to try them out soon, though. And just, and tell you guys on how it is. And Wario. I did not like this dude back in Brawl. I thought he was ugly. I thought he was a jerk. I thought, he's evil, and he's beating up my friends. And I don't like that. So I don't like him for a long time. What doesn't help with the fact is that one of my friends mains him, and he's very good with them. So I'm like, why? I have to deal with Wario all the time. Why? Nowadays he's fine. I actually played him a bit, and he's actually pretty fun to play as. That bike is pretty good. Anyway, yeah. Now Snake. Never played the Metal Gear series either. That's right. I never played Metal Gear Solid. Or the NES version, which aren't really by the creator. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. But yeah, I mean, I played the first NES game kind of for a bit. That's about it. Anyway, Snake. Good character. I remember like when I first went online with friends. One of my friends who really only played Brawl, just sort of like they picked him immediately, and I'm like, huh. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. And guess what? He was annoying to fight against. Those mines, man. 4 players is going on. You always got to keep track on where those mines are. Man, dude, those are just annoying to fight against. Then there's Ike. I find it pretty cool that Ike actually has 2 different like costumes. There's like the younger version, and then there's like the older version. I know they're from different games. And the sad thing is, I do really want to play Ike's Fire Emblem game, but I can't because for one thing, the game is pretty expensive actually. From sort of like the from what I've heard, and yeah, it would just be and since I'm low on money, it would be a while before I could get it. But I do plan to play it anyway. I do plan to play it anyway. I I actually played him a lot back in Brawl because I like the power. By the way, I played a lot of Brawl. By the way, played a lot of Brawl, and here's the thing: I'm going back to Brawl with like a lot of these because here's the thing: in Brawl, I played the story mode, and so because of that, I actually played every single character. In this Smash Four, I didn't touch many characters. I touched maybe 5 at the most. Legit, I only touched like maybe 5. And so anyway, so like very fun to play as, very strong. And I'm gonna move on to Pokemon Trainer. Now Charizard. It sucks that he lost the Rock Smash, but you know what? He gained 2 friends in the end. I mean, I don't know if I was Charizard, if I had to give up a shitty HM for 2 other friends. I mean, I don't know. I would do it. And to be honest, I actually really like Pokemon Trainer because it's like that you're basically choosing 3 characters that you can choose between like at any point that you want. And fun fact: if you actually pick Pokemon Trainer and then you click on like his sprite, like sort of like right here. I think it's somewhere like around here. You can actually pick on which Pokemon that you want to start out with. Now it is annoying that whenever the Pokemon faints, you then have to pull out a different one, and then it just like goes in line and does it. Makes sense because of the Pokemon games. Pokemon faints, you got to throw out a different one. Makes sense, but still, like it's just like annoying to do. It's like okay, it's just like annoying. But anyway, though, fun character or characters. He's more like 3 characters than one. So yeah, just like good choice basically. And if you like, it's also kind of like with Shulk, or sort of like if one thing doesn't work in that moment, you can just switch between like 2 others that might do better in that situation. Anyway, on to Diddy Kong. No, I never played any of the Diddy Kong games, but I know of his legacy back and forth. And he was one of the top ones other than Bayonetta back in Smash 4. Nowadays, he ain't that anymore. A lot of characters here lost their thrones from the switch over to Ultimate. And man, Diddy Kong got hit hard with one of them, like coming over to here. They just thought, like, you know what, man? You know what? He was too good back and forth. He just ruled, like, why should there be a monkey at top tier? There shouldn't be. And so now he's gone. Anyway, I don't really know like his standing now. I know that he's worse than when I know that he's worse than what he was in 4, but I don't really know why. I never really look into it. But yeah, I do want to try out his games though. And then there's Lucas, the one that I preferred over in Brawl because I like Lucas's specials more, like example of like PK Freeze and all that. Lucas, the one in Mother 3, the one that had who's that? Who's that annoying kid again? Porky, that's his name. He had a freaking Porky. Had to like deal with him in his games. Man, Porky was so annoying. Porky, I did not like Porky at all in Brawl, or in sort of like the little or in sort of like the little bit of lore that I know about him from sort of like Mother 3. Anyway, as Lucas, I like Lucas a lot personally, which is me. And guess what, guys? He's also in My Hero Academia. That's a joke, if you don't know. Uh, but yeah, fun character. Sonic. Now, I played Sonic a lot in Brawl. I basically mained him in Brawl, and you know what? My playstyles have changed. And no, I was not one of those people that would just mash the B button. I did not do that. Uh, I remember actually Sonic was the first character that I learned about sort of like the smash sideways buttons. Like sort of just like you know how like that you press like side, which is like side and then a side and then A at the same time, and then you get like a charger move like oh kind of thing. That's when I first learned about that. I did not know that was a thing back in Melee and Brawl for a while because of that. So thank you, Sonic, for teaching me that. Anyway, fun character, good memories with them, and yeah, I mainly used like sort of like the Dark Sonic skin. That's what I mainly use. But anyway, King Dedede. Now I have a friend, of course, who mains King Dedede, and he is pretty good. King Dedede is annoying. He's basically Kirby with the hammer that cannot absorb your powers. That's basically what he is, and can also throw spikes at you. Why? It's funny on how, and also, and as you also by the way, Masahiro Sakurai, you can tell that he's a bit biased towards sort of like that the Kirby characters. You can tell because A, for one, Kirby is the hero that saves everybody in the new in the new story mode. Meta Knight was just freaking boss. He ruled Brawl, and then King Dedede has one of the best like smashes in the entire game. It's so cinematic. It's so cool. So you can tell that there's some favoritism in him. But with this, I don't really mind him. I never really played him much to be honest. I think I mainly used him for his hammer. But early like I didn't play him much. Fun like he was fun online. I did though. Almar. Now, in case you didn't know, Almar was pretty good in Brawl. The thing is, I didn't know that as a kid, and I sucked really bad with him. In fact, out of this entire out of the entire roster in Smash 4, in Brawl, he was my worst character. Absolutely, the worst one. And guess what? I remember that my brother asked me, "Who's the best character in the game?" And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna play joke on him. It's Almar. Little did I know that Almar's actually a good character. If you know on how to use him. If you don't know how to use him, you are shit out of luck. Because my brother sucked with him. And I kicked his ass. And he thought and he said, fuck you. But yeah, no, that's one of my biggest memories of Almar. I could never really get into him. I also actually had a friend who also made him back and forth. But yeah. Or actually, not in 4. He made him in Brawl. But then after like when he played 4, he was like, no, I can't do this anymore. He's also kind of weird because he played Smash with like a Wiimote sideways. He didn't play with like a GameCube controller. So that's the reason why he hasn't picked up Smash Ultimate yet. It's because it doesn't support like the Wiimote. I'm like, okay, sucks for you then. Lucario. The one that was introduced alongside Meta Knight in the story mode for Subspace Emissary. The one who had his own movie. And man, that was a decent movie for sort of like Pokemon standards. And man, you see a cool character because not only does every character have like a rage mechanic on where you do more knockback, he actually does it just by himself. The more he gets hurt, the more damage he does. So he's really good when it comes to that. Lucario, actually, I mostly I played him mostly in Brawl. Still a very fun character, kind of like that edgy character going on the ooh, I'm so cool. But yeah, no, fun character. Also a good Pokemon in the games. Now Rob. Now, for a long time, I did not know who the hell Rob was until it wasn't until like four. Actually, no way. It wasn't until like the AVGN episode that I saw, the 100th episode, and where I saw like Rob. He was basically the one that brought back the gaming industry because if you didn't know, back in like the 80s, I think the video game industry crashed, and so many businesses and so many companies went out of business. Atari, like they just like fell and crashed. But then here's the thing though, then Nintendo came in, and actually, I'm gonna pull back for a second. And actually, video games were seen as so bad that it was sort of just like that no one would buy a video game just because sort of just like that it seemed that they were all just bad games. Here comes clever Nintendo, who brings in Rob and sells the NES as a toy because sort of like the Rob was a peripheral. Actually, he was actually like a physical robot that actually played like only two games with you. It was Gyromite and it was Stack Up. I believe it was the only two. Those were the only two games that he would ever play. And uh, and because of that, the gaming industry came back actually, and was revived by like Nintendo. So Rob, thank you, but you suck in Brawl because you fucking try to kill everybody. You just planted bombs everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, like eventually you feel bad about it. But here's the thing: it wasn't because of us. It was because like your own people were just basically kamikaze, and you're like, no, stop. You didn't care about us. No, you only care about yourself. You a cold blooded machine. Anyway, on to Toon Link. I wish I played his games. I really do. I really want to play like Wind Waker HD and all of that. I really do. But anyway, Toon Link as a character, he's fun. He's a bit. I think he's a bit stronger than sort of like Young Link, but he's not as strong as Link. Obviously, he's a fun character to play as. For a long time, I thought he was like a wasted character slot. But now, like I appreciate him. I'm like, okay, like I don't mind you being there. But yeah, he has different stats and a lot of different damage, so I don't mind him as much anymore. Now Wolf, Wolf used to be a copy, like a fox in Brawl. Basically, this was back in the day when they said like copy or clones. Here you go. And it's like okay, I think he had like one or two moves that were like different, but nowadays he is way better than what he used to be in Brawl, and he also has many different moves. So that's good. So that's good. I'm glad he's back. I found him pretty cool, and I'm so glad that they got rid of sort of like of the freaking Landmaster. It was so annoying to have three characters with the same bad like Final Smash. It's like Landmaster, Landmaster, Landmaster. It's like okay, just like why not have them like do nowadays where they just shoot you with their ships, which is what they're known for, not their tanks. Anyway, I'm glad that they finally fixed that. Villager. Now, I actually did play Animal Crossing game for like 10 minutes so my bus driver actually said like okay, here are some games to sort of like help you like pass the time, and one of them was Animal Crossing. Don't know why that she chose Animal Crossing as a game that was like a 20 to like 30 minute bus ride. Don't know why, but she did, and I hate Mr. Rottetti. I hate Mr. Rottetti because I would just mash the A button, trying to sort of like to get past his stuff, so I can actually like play the game. Because I'm on a bus ride, and I just kept mashing like, and he said, "Hey, you better listen to me. I'm talking, yeah, yeah, yeah." And he would just yap on, and I just never so I kind of actually really never got to play the game actually, which honestly kind of sucks. I'll look to play it though. Anyway, Villager has that meme on where he's like the killer. He's like, "I'm gonna kill you." So there's that. Uh, I had one of my friend's brothers actually uses him a lot. So there's that. Uh, I like Villager. He brings him some like a different like variety of kind of games. Like that would be in here. You just will not expect Animal Crossing to be like in this kind of game. So thankfully, like so he brings a bit of variety, which is good. Then there's Mega Man. Oh boy, Mega Man. I played that now. I've actually have played the Mega Man games. They are hard. But you know what? It's so cool that every single move that he has is a reference to like those games. It's so cool to me. Mega Man. His final smash really is basically like the main five coming in and doing like their Mega Buster thing. Like, come on, let's all together die. Use that. So that's cool. I really like Mega Man. It's fun to play as him. You just pulling back for a second. You just would not expect a game where you can play as Mario and Mega Man in the same game. If you, yeah, and I'm gonna mention that later. A Wii Fit Trainer. Now Wii Fit Trainer falls in the same category as Animal. I mean, as Villager, because you just would not think that a Wii Fit Trainer would be in here. You just would not think that, and you're like, okay, what can they do? Well, they can do all of the yoga stuff. Okay, that makes sense. You just would not think that they would put this character in the game. But here's the thing, though. At least to me, it's a nice curveball. It's a real nice curveball to be like, hey, this character could be in the game too. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. So not every character has to be like mainly like combatant. So that's kind of cool to me. And Rosalina and Luma. And now I love Mario Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy. I love like trying to like run around and get all of like the chapters for sort of like a story and learn like her backstory. That was so cool to me. Rosalina was so like cool to me. Was so cool to me like in Galaxy. However, her actual gameplay, it's very technical. Not my kind of character. I'm a lot more straightforward character and just sort of like throw a punch and beat him up. Now, speaking of beating them up, let's come back. One of my mains in this game. Now, yes, his air sucks. That is true. However, though, on the ground, he's beast. He's good on the ground, man. He can take a hit. He has so much armor on like a lot of his attacks that he can just power right through your attacks and be boom, just punch you across the screen. Plus, there's that. Counter that I actually use that a lot for like projectiles. Although it's not as good as it could be against like a Fox player because they just spam be like they're also like pew 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 pew. Against Samus is actually pretty decent, but against those it's not as good. But still though, plus the counter also has armor. But anyway, yeah, Lil Mac, his main strategy, get in there, punch in, be boom, boom, boom. Trying to like get in there as close as possible. Fun. He's a very fun character to play as for me. I'm a very like up and close person, so I'm like, yeah, come on, fight me. Yeah, very fun to play as. I've also played a bunch of the games actually, and they are also very very hard. Funny enough, I played the Wii one the most, just because like that one seemed like the best to me out of the ones I played. I think there are 4, 3. There is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Then there's a sequel, the one with Mr. Dream, I think. Then there's the one in space, the one where they changed like Lumac into like a blonde, which is actually like a reference to sort of like the one of his skin that he has now. And then there's the Wii one. So I think there are 4, right? Are there 4? I'm pretty sure that there are 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. But anyway, yeah, fun games to play as. Greninja. Now, funny enough, he is a starter Pokemon in Gen 6. Yeah. In 6. And guess what? Out of the 3 starters, guess who I chose? I chose Delphox. That's right. I did not go with Greninja because I'm a fire starter guy, and so I always went with the fire starters. And man, I kind of wish I went with Greninja because Delphox isn't really bad, but just like the design could have been way better. The design of the concept, like Delphox is a mage. I'm like, okay, they're cool mages. They don't have to look like not cool anyway. Greninja. I have a friend who also mains him, and he's annoying to fight, but like very like sort of like kind of like tactical, but also good. Not my kind of character because I'm not that tactical. I'm more up and close, but still like fun to play as every sort of like once in a while if I want to like if I wanted to change up. Now Palutena, if I'm correct, I believe that she actually got a buff in this game because I don't think she was as good as she was in 4. I believe that she's better now because just like her mirror her her light mirror thing now it's now like it's also a counter as well. Then they also fixed a lot of like her like fixed all of like her specials and all that, made them stronger and made the thing and changed them up a bit. So there's that. I think I actually played her for a bit. I think just to try her out and like in ultimate. I played like around like 10 matches with her. She's pretty fun to use. Not my kind of character, but if I want to switch it up, but again, if I want to switch it up every now and again, I'd use her. Pac-Man. I have a friend who mains him, and Pac-Man, one of the slowest grabs, but you know what? No, it's a cool grab. It has like the other thing going like ooh grab. Um, Pac-Man, classic Pac-Man. You know like Namco arcade, basically. If when you think of an arcade, you think of Pac-Man. Basically, that's what you think of, or you think of Namco. If you want to be like, because like some people think of Galaga, but you know, when you think of arcade, you think of Namco, and Pac-Man is the first one probably. Pac-Man is in this game, guys. Can you believe it? Pac-Man. That's pretty cool to me. I don't know about you, but that's pretty cool to me. Yeah. Uh, I played. I played as him a bit, mostly to get that one challenge, or to get like 3,000 points. I think with his final smash, I mainly use him for that. But but while getting that, that was actually pretty fun to do. Now Robin, I actually tried out Robin for like a few days, back and forth. And while Robin is fun, Robin's just a bit too slow for my taste. I think Robin is the second. Is it is Robin still the second slowest in the game, or or is like Incineroar beat that now? I don't know. Anyway, Robin strong magic. They finally added a counter for like his for like his or her whatever. I'm gonna say his just because of the fact that the avatar that they use is male. Okay. Anyway, so for so for they finally give him sort of like a meter on how much magic that he has left in his attacks, which is great because you were not able to tell in the last game. I don't know why that they did like that. I don't know why. It just seemed like it would come out of random too, under like the you lost magic, but like, okay, or you had to just like keep track of it every time, and that was just super annoying to do. Anyway, fun character, a fun kind of like backstory now because like if you don't know, in Crom's game, which is also a Fire Emblem character, if Crom is I mean Crom, if Robin is a female, and if she gets with Crom, they actually have a daughter by the name of Lucina. Ha! So the family is all here now, ever since like Crom, ever since like Crom came back. So that's kind of cool. Uh, So that's kind of cool. There's like a Fire Emblem thing going on, but hey, look this. I found that kind of cool. Now there's Shulk, the one that I tried to play as, but he's just no, just not. He's just not like not my playstyle, or he kind of is, but at the same time, it's just too technical to me, and it's like you really have to be good at managing the Monados, and I was not. And I was okay with managing them, but I wasn't great. There were just some I just never used. The jump one, I never used the jump one. But yeah, there's that. Uh, Shulk, kind of fun to play as, but like if you want to add if you want to have like a gimmick that you want to play, you just play him for a bit, try him out. I would say he is honestly not too bad. Bowser Jr. Now let's prick. Now here's the thing. I played Mario Sunshine, and this prick was annoying because he blamed me for all of his crimes. And I'm like, dude, I'm Mario. I couldn't do no wrong. Who are you? And might I add, those Isle Delfino citizens are blind. They're blind. I'm like, there's a blue blob shaped Mario thing. It's shaped like Mario. You are the culprit because you're Mario. It's like, dude, I'm not freaking blue and glowing. And for one thing, don't you also might add, there are citizens that see you chase him around the island, and you're like, I guess that's just him playing tag with the shadow. It's like, what? Come on, really? One has a giant paintbrush as well, and one has like a jetpack, like he gets it on the island. Point is this: he doesn't have a freaking paintbrush. So I don't know why they thought like this is Mario. It's just dumb to me. Anyway, Bowser Jr. gameplay. I have a friend who plays him a lot. He's fun to play as well. Uh, it's actually really cool to me that every single one of his skins is a different sibling that he has. That to me has always been like really cool. And yeah, no, Duck Hunt Dog, Duck Hunt Dog. No, I don't know about you, but when I watched Evo last year, I was hoping for Duck Hunt for the Duck Hunt Dog to win because I saw a lot of Diddy Kongs and Bananas. I'm like, okay, I'm like Duck Hunt Dog was like there were like a few that were different, but there weren't many. It was mostly like Diddy Kongs and Bananas, and I thought like you know what, Duck Hunt Dog, I want you to win. I want that guy to win. And sadly, he did not win. He was very close though. He actually almost won his match. It was very close. I remember, and I was like, okay. But basically, after once the match was over and he lost, I'm like, okay, I don't really care about this tournament anymore. But you know what? I think it's gonna be different this year, so I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch. I plan to watch all of you this year. Like this time because I only watched the Smash last time, but this time I'm gonna watch all of it. Anyway, for Duck Dog, he is a technical character, but he's in it in a fun way, if that makes sense. To me at least, he's the most fun tactical character to play as. I don't know. I just like the can thing. I always kind of like enjoyed that a bit. I don't know. You just shoot a can, be like, pew pew pew, and truly like three people playing instead of two because of sort of like the shooter on the screen, like the zapper. There's that, and there's Ryu, my boy. The fighting game is here now. Street Fighter, the one that started. I mean, well, to be clear, Street Fighter Two, and Ryu, the one that basically evolved the fighting game community as we know it to what it is today. It made fighting games good. It made them good. And Ryu is now here, paying his respects. And man, does he fit well because he is a good mixture for this game. He has like his stuff in the other Street Fighter games. Like if you do sort of like the right motions, you can get the same moves off, but they're just like stronger, which to me is actually pretty cool. And so he just encourages you to only use like those moves. And then there's Ken. And Ken, fun fact about Ken actually dyes his hair blonde. Why? Look at his eyebrows. They're black. They're black or brown. Anyway, they're black. Anyway, but yeah, no, that's actually Capcom's explanation as to why that Ken's eyebrows are black and his hair is blonde. He just dyes his hair blonde. That's the reason why. Anyway, I'm so glad that these two are here, man. I was a big fan. I got into Street Fighter from sort of like the Street Fighter 4. That's when I got into it. And I actually really got into fighting games from Capcom vs SNK 2. That's the one I got. That's how I got into fighting games. Very fun game. But yeah, I'm so glad that they're here, man. Yeah, it's nice. They also look great too. They just look great too. Now Cloud. Now I did not really play many of the Final Fantasy games, and I have not even played Final Fantasy 7. But I do. I now own it, thankfully, and I can now start to play it. And then there's also like the remake out, and that looks amazing. So yeah, it's also cool to me that like Cloud also has like his movie Advent Children costume as well, which is pretty badass. I actually kind of like that one a bit more than his normal one personally, but that's just me. That's just me, but yeah. Cloud, very fun to play as. Can charge up that Buster. He's a hard counter to like a Little Mac, but man, does it feel great on when you get a stock off him? And yes, I know you have to work hard for a stock, and it feels good. Okay, it feels good. Anyway, to play as Cloud, pretty fun. I actually first saw Cloud in Kingdom Hearts, the first one, and I'm interested as to why that they went with that outfit. Because here's the thing: in that game, Cloud has a completely different outfit than what he normally has. Like in both in like a normal game and also like an Advent Children. I don't know why that they chose a completely different costume, but they did. Anyway, Cloud, fun character to play as. Now on to Corrin, another sword fighter, and and at least to me, the most annoying sword fighter to fight against. Because does that stun time that stun time hurts, man. It hurts bad. And I have a friend who plays as him, and man, is it annoying. It is annoying. But you know what? I never really touched Corn much because just like my thought was like if someone mains a character, example would be like Pit. If someone mains Pit, I'm not gonna touch Pit. Just because they're just like I'd rather choose a different character as my friend. That's just I don't know. That's just always been a thing that's sort of like that we've done. So there are just some characters that I just don't that I just have not touched as. But I have a touched Corn though in Ultimate. He is fun to play. I can see why that people play as him. Still though, you're annoying if you abuse that stun. Bayonetta, the one that people said ruled Smash 4. The one that people complain about on end. And guess what? I kind of agree, but I kind of don't. Because at the same time, it was not great to see a tournament full of Bayonettas and Diddy Kongs. However, though, I heard from, I listened to Mighty Keith's and his reasoning as to why that Bayonetta should not be banned. Or at least, by the way, this is back to Smash 4, and you know what? I kind of agree with him. His reasoning was sort of like that she's not OP because it took her over a year to actually win a tournament. Like it took someone a year to actually like win a tournament with her after she was already out. And I'm like, you know what? That's I think it was a year, maybe it was like 6 months. Anyway, point is this though: it was a good amount of time. Bayonetta did not just win tournaments as soon as she came out. That's my point, or that was his point, by the Keith's point. And you know what? I agree with him. It's although I also say it's not great to see like just her like win a lot of tournaments, but you know what? You just gotta get good. That's my thing. You just gotta get good and just learn how to counter her. Like Isan, who's a freaking Pikachu main. He's actually learned to counter a lot of Bayonettas. Now, to be fair, he did like lose like one or two. I think he lost against one in particular, but I can't remember the name. But still, though, he's still like a good like hard like Bayonetta counter though. So if you get good with Pikachu, excuse me, you can possibly counter Bayonetta, especially in this game, which I think she was actually nerfed a bit, but I don't think people were satisfied with the nerf. I think she's okay. Now here is Inkling, the first character to be shown that was new. Inkling, the one that spawned the meme, like the one that spawned the meme. Inkling's fun to play as. Inkling, like if you want to play with like co-op online, Inkling is a good person to sort of like set up stuff because of that damn like roll pin, to like just sort of like the roll pin up and they just bury like their opponent. So they got that going for them. Inkling, I don't really use Inkling much because I'm not much of a gun person. I'm more like up close again. But still, though, Inkling was fun to play as. Inkling was fun to play as. Uh, although, yeah, Inkling was kind of in Smash 4 with the skins, kind of. And I don't really know why that they kept those skins. It's kind of cool, I guess, that they kept them in Ultimate, but it's also cool that every Inkling or every color is a different like Inkling to me. I always found like different skins like cool to me more than just like, oh wait, no, like this is like a green Pikachu or something. Like I always found like this Pikachu's color is based off of shiny. This Pikachu's color is based off of Ash's hat. I always found that kind of thing cool. I don't know. I always found that cool to me. Weirdly, now the one they said was too big. The one that they said that he'll never make it in Smash. He will always remain a boss. Well, he's here now. And man, is he good. And man, is he hit hard. And man, is it annoying when they grab you and they stab you with their tail. Man, is that annoying. But you know what? Weirdly, at least he's not like OP. He's not like too OP. You can deal with him. But I will say, yeah, he is fun to play as. He is actually a pretty fun to play as. Hard to beat. He's hard to beat in Metroid, the actual game, Metroid. But you know what? Fun to play as. Now, Simon Richter, I'm just going to do them the same. Now, Simon, I've actually played a lot of the Castlevania games. I've actually played a lot of them. Mostly, funny enough, I mostly played the second one. I mostly played the third one, Dracula's Curse. I mostly played that one out of the Castlevania games. I played a lot of the first one. But I played more of the third one. And it is cool to me that Simon has a color based off of his sprite in the first game. In the first game, he's more of like a yellow, orange, brownish kind of color, and he has a skin that kind of looks like that, which is cool to me. He looks so great too. He looks so good. He looks better than what he does in sort of like the Xbox reboots. I think Castlevania Shadow of the Order, Shadow of the Moon. I can't remember. Anyway, something like that. Anyway, point is this: they rebooted the series on like the Xbox 360, and the games did not do great. And I prefer like this Simon over like the other one. I just think that he just looks better. I don't think that the other one looks bad, but I think that this one just like looks better. Now there's Richter. Now I have played Richter, as everyone did. Now if you play Symphony of the Night, you actually did play Richter. You play him as first. You play him first in the beginning of the game, right after you beat Dracula, and then you play as then you play as Alucard throughout the rest of the game. But if you did not know, Symphony of the Night is actually a sequel to sort of like the Rondo of Blood. It takes place right after Rondo of Blood. Was it Rondo? Yeah, it was Rondo of Blood. Anyway, both Castlevania games, fun games. They're so fun, just classic hard games that are just fun to play out. That are just fun to play. And King K. Rool. Hey, hold on a second. Listen, I'm sorry. I should actually talk about the actual characters. Now, these mothers, they're zoners. Hardcore. They're zoners. They got the axe. They got the whip. They got the fire. They got what else do they have? They got the crosses / boomerangs because they were called boomerangs in the first games, and I don't know why, because they look like crosses. The point is this: they have those. In fact, I think most of their moves are long range moves, or at the very least mid range. Most of their moves are mid to long range, and they use that range well. Because I played a lot of Simon in particular. I played a lot of Simon in the story mode, and he was fun to use. And guess who I used to beat Dracula in turn mode? Simon. And yes, I did it on hard mode. And yes, it was a bitch to do. But you know what? I still did it. Anyway, King K. Rool. The one that that everyone says, ban him, nerf him. Well, there are ways to get around this stuff. As a Mario man, I actually encountered a King K. Rool, and I beat and I actually beat a few first before I actually like lost in one. That cape, man, that cape man comes in handy for that big punch. Now, gosh dang it, hold on, I have a cat right here. Going down. There we go. Sorry about that. King Rule. He's a fun character. Really annoying though to fight against. I actually have not seen him online in a bit. Funny, which I think is kind of funny. I think it's because most people are now just switching to like two other characters because they're kind of learning on how like okay, fine. People are now finding counters for this character, so I better like switch. So yeah, he's actually from the Donkey Kong Country series. Fun series to play as. I recommend it. It's very fun. But Kinky Rule, you know on how I said that Lil Mac has armor. Well, Kinky Rule kind of saw that and he said, you know what? I want more. So he basically took Lil Mac's armor, and then after that, he honestly just added more armor. He just has so much armor in his attacks. It's annoying, but there's ways around him. You just gotta find them. Isabelle, the one that every single Animal Crossing person was super excited when they saw her reveal trailer. To me, I was like, okay, cool. I know who Isabelle is. I know that she's like, I know that she's like your secretary, and she's not, and I'm glad that she's not really an Echo because she's actually, at least to me, she actually plays very differently from like the Villager on how you bury the. I don't know what they're called, so I'm just gonna call them rockets. She buries the rocket. She has like the fishing hook. She has all that. So yeah, there's that. I don't really play as her much. I just know other people who do, so I know how to fight against her, and she's not too bad. She is like, I think I played her like once or twice, but she was pretty fun as well. When I played her. Now Cineroar, this is a character that I want to be good with, but I'm not good with because I just find it so fun to play as him. But man, do I have to set up? Well, not really set up. But man, do I have to like learn on time stuff? I have to. I got actually pretty good with the sidearm move, and I'm glad that I actually got it down pretty well. I'm gonna have to practice. I'm gonna have to practice again though because it's been a while since I played as him. Anyway, I actually normally pick his big color. Big the cat. Big the cat. By the way, is a character from Sonic, and he has a color on where he has like the same like color palette as him. So I always pick that color because for one, it's good. For one, it's a good color, and B, I just like Sonic characters, so you know. Anyway, the first grapple character we got in Smash, very fun, very fun. Um, Now here's the thing: I'm just gonna pretend that Joker is right here. So a Joker, not my kind of character. Not my kind of character. Doesn't do enough damage for me off the bat. Kind of he's kind of like a keep away character. But he is still fun to play as, but just like he's just like not one that I would mainly focus on and try to get good with. He is fun though if you want to like switch it up every now and then. Pretty cool though. I actually played a bit of like the Persona games. I didn't play 5. Admittedly, I played the first one mostly, and that was a fun game. And I played the second one. Did not beat it. I got like halfway through. But still, though, those are very fun games with very fun characters. So I can only imagine what like the other ones have. And now, and yes, I am going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about the Mii fighters. I'm just going to talk about all of them, all of them at once. So, in 4, for a long time, I mained Mii Brawler. Yes, I know, I mained a Mii Brawler, and I just found it super cool that I can have a semblance of a character in this game. Example, like I can have a semblance of what's the skin that they have? A semblance of like Dundan in the game. I am kind of sad though that they took away a lot of like of the cool costumes, like the knight armor, the regular knight armor, not sort of like the black knight armor. I mean like the mean like the number one. I wish that they still had that one. A lot of the all of the third party ones are gone, but they're starting to like kind of like return them back. Like example would be Sonic's back, Persona 5, or not Persona 5, just sort of like the Persona skins are not coming in. So yeah, I can't wait to see all kind of skins that they have now. It's cool. It's cool to see, especially with like the online sharing thing now. It's cool to see on what people can make based off of what they have, and it's pretty cool. Believe me though, some like I normally go to anime on when I try to find memes, and there are just some animes that are just that you just can't find for good memes. Dragon Ball is one of them. There are not a lot of great Dragon Ball ones. Not a lot of great ones. But for Naruto, there are plenty of decent ones for Naruto though. Anyway, the me fighters, I always found them fun. Just because they're like I can basically pick a character that I want to be in this game, like Iron Man, if I want them to be. Me Gunner's obviously the worst one, but funny enough, out of like the three, Me Gunner has the best like side smashes actually because that range is good. Me Brawler for me is the best one. I always like again like close combat kind of thing. I've always really enjoyed that. Sword Fighter, you know, has a couple reversals, which is good. Also has like that decent slash attack. It's basically like a zoning thing. It's not meant to like kill. It's meant to like throw people off the stage. If there's one complaint that honestly I would have, it's mainly for the sword fighter and also for like the gunner. So these characters basically have moves that are from other characters. Like the sword fighter has links like sort of like a spin like spin attack. I would have enjoyed it a bit more if they had like more different moves to make them more different and not just like kind of like palettes in a way of the actual characters. Although I wonder if they put that in because of the Link skin costumes. Like there's like a Breath of the Wild costume for Link. There's also like a Tunica of the Wild for Link. So you know there's that. Uh, anyway, great roster, great game. If you don't have it, you should get it. And my name is King, and I will talk to you guys next time.